All right, so for the homework video today, we're going to be going over a couple of simple things. Dry fire training cards. I actually purchased these several years ago. They're actually really, really good. Dryfiretrainingcards.com. Highly recommend that you pick up a set. However, this video is more about the fact that you don't have to spend the money to buy something like this. Although I would recommend it with the way these are set up. Um, you've got several different things that you can do. Low light, complex motions in dry fire, exercise dry fire, uh, advanced training techniques, and just working on basic trigger prep, uh, failure drills, transition from target to front sight, just basics, learning how to see the target. So these cards are actually really, really good. I think Trident Concepts has something similar to these. I think there's like a pistol and carbine specific ones. Don't quote me on that though. But for these, you can make your own, and literally all that you have to do is you have to go find yourself some index cards, and if you wanted to get fancy, you can get some colored Sharpies, which is what I've done. But then again, that's just part of the bunch of stuff that I've got laying around. So you can make your own. Use colored Sharpies, or just one simple Sharpie is really all that you need. The color variations help out with the way that I've had this. I've decided to set this all up. And basically, what you're doing is it's a way to work on positions and barricades. You can add in a lot more, which is what the dry fire training cards does. But when I was trying to think of doing a video on positions and barricades, I was like, well, how do you mix it up? Because otherwise you're just going, hey, you're going from standing to kneeling. Okay, so use right knee, then use left knee, then do a double kneel, or like the rice paddy prone. From the double kneeling, go into a squat, sitting prone, urban prone on your right side, urban prone on your left side, supine, knees up, supine with your knees flat out, sitting legs out as if you're getting out of supine, and like the 360-degree prone roll. So I mean, that's the positions. That's the ones that I have written down on a sheet of paper over here. But then you get into barricades. Okay, you're going to go up against a barricade high on the right side, high on the left side, low on the left side, low on the right side, over with your muzzle on the carbine or your handgun, vertical versus horizontal. Under a vehicle, you can add in all that. Then as I progressed with that, it's like, okay, so how do you mix all this up to make it inconsistent? So, well, one, you add medical using a tourniquet. So this is where either a tourniquet that is old or that you are not sure is actually a genuine made by North American Rescue or that other company, North American Rescue and TacMed Solutions. So if you choose to go with a Gen 7 Cat, or you're deciding to upgrade, this is where taking an old one, painting it blue, or spend the extra money if you wanted to and buy a trainer. So there's that, but add in medical, and you can go into more details with the medical. I'm going to be discussing this with a couple of friends who are in the medical profession to kind of give me a better idea on what I need to work on and how to integrate this. So drill procedures, okay. The way I've got it set up is drill procedures are in black, positions are in red, barricade is green, medical is blue. So drill procedure. So always you're going to have sight picture, a trigger press, a reload behind cover, sight picture, press, and move on to the next sequence until all of the magazines that you have on you are expended. Then you reset. Variations on that is draw and move to your position, or move to the position then draw, or you do it using a handheld light and only a handheld light. Then mix it up more, right hand only, left hand only, including the reload with your offhand. Then you can also add in a medical drill. So you can also do this, and you can transition it into work with the pistol and rifle transitions. So, you know, duplicate the barricade cards, label one set pistol, one set rifle, and you mix it all in. So the whole purpose of this is being able to come up with a drill and a set of drills and positions to work on in dry fire, but to not make it consistent. I'm going to go to the barricade and I'm going to shoot right side only. Well, but you never do low left and low. You never do the barricaded position from a low left urban prone position using your left hand only for whatever quirk of the reason. So there's several different ways to mix this up, and the way that I decided to do it was taking a cue from the dry fire training cards. I'm going to mix it up. So this is my actual drill. Use weapon mounted light. Transition rifle to pistol. Positions. Barricades. Medicals. So if I was going to do this, if I get an opportunity to work with this, give you an example of that. If you got a buddy recovery. Have them out past the position of the barricade. So what we'll do, so just to give you an actual idea, so all the cards are there, and I got to figure out, so I mean it's a pack of index cards, so they're not a deck of cards, so they're not going to work just like a deck of cards, but you get the concept, and you can work this in, and you can change this up no matter how much you want to. So you can do it multiple different ways. So nothing about this is going to be perfect. So you're not going to get the drill that you like to do. You're going to basically draw, and you're going to draw the drill that you can do. If I could refine this and put it into a deck of cards, it'd be a good idea. So, all right, so we got position. I didn't mix these up very well. All right, so transition rifle to pistol. All right, medical tourniquet, the left arm. Barricade mid left, that's not a really good one. All right, so there's positions sitting. So if I make up more of these, I can make it a little bit more interesting. So, or I can just take a handful out of each section, however you want to do it. But so we got mid left. See if I can't come up with a different barricade position. So that's low left. So these are all still the same thing right here. So no, this is really bad. Let me just pause this real quick. Okay, so I basically just kind of cherry picked a couple just so that I have something to give you an example of. So one is we're going to do the drill, but it's going to be, we're going to rifle to pistol. What we're going to do is we're going to move to the barricade, do the drill with rifle, and then transition to the pistol. What we're going to do is we're going to do it from a squat position. And what we're going to do from the squat position is we're going to go from the mid left position on the barricade. And then what we're going to do is we're going to repeat. But what we're going to do is we're going to do it from the left kneeling position, from a high left position on the barricade. So that's going to be a little bit odd. There's not going to be much of a high left because you're doing the left knee, but it will give you an example. Now, the main thing about this though is, in the position of doing all of this, you're going to have to perform the drill, and in that drill, you're going to have to tourniquet the left arm. So now the only downside to this is I didn't specify whether or not, because we have the rifle to pistol drill transition, do it with the rifle. So at some point you're going to tourniquet the left arm. If you have somebody to do this, or they can call it out when you're going to have to do it, or you can set a timer. Whenever that timer goes down, it beeps, that's when you're going to perform that drill. So from the squat, left side of the barricade, about the middle of the barricade, you're going to tourniquet the left arm, then you're going to complete the rifle to pistol transition. So always remember, you're going to come up to the barricade, you're going to acquire your sight picture, you're going to do a trigger press, you're going to perform a reload from behind cover. Get a good sight picture, trigger press, and then move to the next sequence until all the magazines are expended. So what you could do is, depending on how you draw the cards out, say we didn't do this. So what you could end up doing is mid left barricade, left knee, high right. Those are the cards that you drew, and you perform that each time until, so if you have 3 magazines on you, you're going to conduct 2 reloads. If you have 5 mags on you, you're going to conduct 4 reloads. Every time is with a proper sight picture and a trigger press. So you could run through that position. So what we're going to do is transition rifle to pistol, tourniquet the left arm. You know what? Let's change this up and make it slightly more difficult. We're going to tourniquet the left leg. So hopefully I'm going to set this up a little bit and kind of give you a little bit of a better idea, hopefully. All right, to set up your barricade positions, you don't need to get fancy. You can just keep it very short, very sweet. This is simply a section of cardboard that I used for dry fire practice. It's got an FBI target on it. You can use the lid of a storage bin, anything that you can come up with to improvise a barricade. I'll try to work on this some more to make something a little bit more versatile, stuff like that. When I get around to doing that, I'll let you know, or I'll do a video on it. As you can see right here, I've got my notes. So that's the drill that we're going to be doing. It's rifle to pistol transition. We're going to go approach the barricade. We're going to go to a squat from about mid left of the barricade, run the drill, tourniquet the left arm, rifle to pistol transition. Then we're going to do, once that's done, we're going to reset. We're going to move to the barricade, go to the left knee, using a high left barricade position. We'll tourniquet the left leg, and then we'll transition to the pistol. So I always like to have some sort of target to use. So I'm going to be using a VTAC target here, specifically the back side of it with the bullseyes. But one of the things that I'm going to do is, because I'm going to be using a rifle, I need a smaller target. So basically what I'm going to end up doing is, as you can see, I just took a regular Post-it note, folded it in half, cut it out, put a little dot on it, And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as my rifle target. So that is going to be my rifle target. And the view is, from when I'm doing the drills, is going to be a little bit differently, but you'll also see I have a stool on the other side of this piece of cardboard right here. So let me get set up and get ready to do this. Alright, so I haven't worn this gear in a while, at least a couple months, and I have lost some weight, so it is already not fitting. I'm also not used to doing the full kit thing, so practice what you preach, I guess. So this part of these drills is not only knowing positions and being able to transition between the required position that the situation entails, and the individual positions, whether it's knee, left knee, right knee. It's to give you an all-around idea of what you may end up encountering, whether it's competition or real life. Additionally, with this, especially for me right now, is the rifle is not my forte. So this is actually kind of checking out some of the equipment that I would probably wear if I make the Tactical Games this year, depending upon quarantine and everything else. But hey, if you're quarantined, this at least gives you something to do. So I've got my notes. Let's run through it and see how horrible I am at this. All right, so first drill is rifle to pistol. So move to the barricade. I'm going to come to a squat. Now I need to be behind the barricade, not leaning out like this, which you can't see from that angle. So I need to be more behind the actual barricade, but I need room to manipulate the rifle. So I need to be further back. So more here. And from a squat position, mid left barricade, so mid is going to be about right in here. So you need to be able to lean out, which is really not a good position. So it'd be more of a, yeah, no, to be honest, I would want to take a knee. So putting this into perspective, I'm going to there's going to be a lot of me showing from the squat, mid left barricade. Take that shot. Getting hit. Turn to the left arm. So from the squat, left side of barricade, that sucks. You really should take a knee. So let me work that one more time. All right, so from the previous position, doing a squat from about the middle of the barricade on the left side of the barricade, doing it from a squat really sucks. I'm not used to that position at all, but to give you an example of why it's bad, move the tablet around so that way you can get a better view of it, because as I'm positioned behind the barricade or trying to get fully behind the barricades so that I can utilize as much cover as possible, from a squat position, just trying to lean out really puts me off balance. And in order to actually clear the barricade so that I can see my target, really exposed basically all of me, so really didn't utilize the cover at all. So you'll see that here in just a second. All right, so come up. In a squat, it's not much of a squat. Trying to lean out. In order to do this properly, I would really have to be on a knee, be it my left knee or my right knee, and then be able to roll out. So, additionally, I'm too close. So, here. Alright, so I can see my target from here. Yep. So that position, it's not fun at all. All right, so the next sequence with the index cards was left knee. So we're going to move to a high left barricade position. Utilizing the left knee, we're going to tourniquet the left leg, transition from rifle to pistol. So the previous one using the squat, on the last one that I did, in which you saw the majority, you basically saw the back side of the cardboard here representing the barricade. Yeah, I did that on my knee because the squat is not a good position in there. But it's something when you want to work on, you know, hey, I can't do a squat here. So, or that it's not optimal. So it's not the best position to be in when you're shooting at this position. Change up the way the barricade looks or how you're getting through certain things, that's going to change things, especially if you're running off of a V-type barricade or something like that. Just utilizing a cardboard representing the hood of a car, the car engine, that's going to primarily be about it. So, again, doing this to work kinks out of my kit. So, gonna have to wear it more because I'm not used to wearing it. So there's a couple little kinks and hinks in a couple of positions, but it's not a whole lot. Some of it's, I didn't put any dummy rounds into it for the pistol, so that's making the reloads a pain in the butt, but those are basics. So from this position, I'm going to just walk up, take a kneeling position, try to keep it high left on the barricade, which is going to be about right in here. So kind of give you, that's kind of where I'm aiming for with a high left position. So just kind of a representation of what I'm trying to work on here. And again, this is new for me. I'm not used to doing this, so I'm going to work on it. You should work on it as well. So here I'm fully behind, so you can see plenty of room. So I can squeeze up just enough more, but when I change the camera angle, you'll see. So I'm supposed to be on the left knee, and I'm on my right knee. So I need to change knees as well as work out some more. So mount the rifle, safety off, roll out, press the trigger, nothing's happening. I'm going to drop the magazine, reload, mount the rifle with body armor. That's different for me. Now I have to tourniquet my left leg. Actually, I didn't have to do that. Alright, I made some screw ups on that one, but whew, this fucker off. Alright, so I made a couple of mistakes. It's going to happen, that's what this is for. So, practice it, see what you can get better at. So, I mean, just those two sequences right there, there's a lot I need to work on, especially on that last one. Just because I pulled a tourniquet out doesn't mean I have to shoot pistol with my right hand only. So, I could have also added in reloading the rifle again, getting it up and running. So, several different things that I can work on. So, again, it's all about practice. All right, slightly different angle, same thing. Left knee, high left barricade position, tourniquet to the left leg, transition from rifle to pistol. So, slightly different perspective with the way the tablet's angled, but we'll see how it runs out. I am really learning that the extended charging handle on this thing likes to pop out a lot, so I may go back to the basic one. Here, I'm going to roll out of my sling. I think it's just going to work a little bit easier. Left knee, not right knee. Helps if you got it set right. Shoulder. So this is one of the problems I'm running across. Getting the buttstock to sit into the pocket or on the armor, finding that right spot so that I can line my sights up. So it's something I've got to work on. That was really a bad sight picture. So I'm just going to dump the rifle behind me right now. Access my tourniquet, which I actually left over there before I started this, so give me a second. Alright, so key point, if you're going to run drills, make sure you get everything you need for them. So, alright, so tourniquet on the left leg. Keep one of my tourniquets right here, so I'm going to pull that out. Go to my butt. Deploy the tourniquet. I keep a lot of crap in my pockets too, so that is not comfortable. So pistol comes out. Don't shoot yourself in the leg. Be aware of your muzzle direction. Come out, lean around, find your threat. Make sure you clear the barricade. So I can tell you real quick, the tourniquet hurts. It really does. All right, so a couple of things. One, for the rifle, I don't play with this as much as I should. I mean, I really need to play with it more. But the extended charging handle, that comes out way, way too easy. I really am not a fan of that. Probably just going to go back to the stock one, see how it goes from there. So just learning to manipulate the AR, I do prefer it over the AK, but there's just little tweaks that I need to work at. I do like the position. I don't know if it played any part with it coming off of it. I think that may just be me. At this time, I still prefer that fixed A2 length. Everything else on it I like. I'll eventually have to put a red dot on it. It's not like I don't have one available. I just haven't bothered to put it on there because I need to focus on fundamentals with rifle, and I think it's better for me to do that with iron sights than anything else. The reloading process coming off of the belt using the beer can grip, I do prefer that. So that is significantly different than what I preferred several years ago when I first bought my first rifle. So one of the things is with that sequence, and some of the things that I need to do is I actually need to work from the pouches on reloading from the pouches and how I access those. Coming off of the belts, I can increase the speed and make it smoother, but I haven't really worked with it coming off of the vest. Pistol wise, I'm always good with the pistol. The pistol is my preferred forte. It's just when you're setting up drills, make sure you have things that you need, like dummy rounds. So that's really awesome that I have is back ammo. If you have spare mags, you can simply remove followers. Same thing with pistol mags. What I did a couple times is this is, I forget exactly what the name of it is, but I get it from Barrel Block, B-L-O-K. It just makes it act like there's a round of ammunition. You can do the exact same thing with dummy ammo. The thing I like about these is you can put these on top. You can put dummy ammunition on top of it and work on it from there. Or you can just take a standard magazine, pull the base plate and follower and spring out, replace the base plate. I've got a couple of KCI mags that are dedicated. That's what I may do with those, so that way I have those. But I have these just in case. So the pistol draw and stuff, I was okay with. Remembering that once the tourniquet came off, and because I changed where I had to put the tourniquet on my left arm, which made it immobile, I can't use it. I shot with my right hand. The second sequence of the drill, it was my leg, not my arm. So keeping that in mind, that messed me up, because my thought process was tourniquets on, I can always shoot right hand only. But you can actually add that into the drill. That's the reason for simply having a bunch of index cards. And you can pick and choose whatever you want, but you know, I mean, that first drill was kind of, I mean, from a squat, practical application of a squat using the coming across the left side of the barricade. That was kind of, but that was the whole purpose of this, is you mix it up like a deck of cards. I mean, it's a pack of index cards. I still have this many left over that I can still come up with different variations and drills and stuff, and we can go from there. And if I wanted to add in, well, all right, I've got my dry fire training cards that I can add in to all of that, and that way whenever I'm doing dry fire, I can come up with something else. The main thing about this is mix it up so that way you're not doing the same thing over and over and over again. I'm really bad with rifle, so I ended up working with the rifle because I don't like working with rifle. I prefer my pistol. So, but it's very quick. It's very simple. You don't have to have full kit or anything like that. You just need to have your basics. You can do it all concealed carry, or you can put the full kit on. I mean, because for this, one of the things I'm going to pull off is that extra antenna. There ain't no reason for that. I'll keep the radio on there just in case, because it will add weight for the tactical games. Also getting in and out of those positions. So that last sequence in which I'm putting the tourniquet on my left leg, I mean, if I'm having to put a tourniquet on my left leg and I'm on top of so there's some positioning issues that could be there. Again, I've got friends that are EMTs, EMTA paramedics. I won't be asking them questions on how that would apply, if that's, or if I'm nitpicking myself too much into that aspect. So either which way, I encourage you to go buy a pack of index cards and make up a deck of dry fire training cards, index cards, whatever you want to call them, and add drills, just simple drills. It could be just, hey, I'm going to work draw, front sight, press, reload. Draw, front sight, press, reload. Draw, front sight, press, reload. Switch to your left hand only. So there's a lot of variations that you can do. I mean, literally use a pen, a Sharpie, so, and a pack of index cards that's going to cost you $1 at Walmart. So hope you found it useful. Hope you gleaned some information. Thank you for sitting here and listening to me ramble on, as well as me making a fool out of myself behind an improvised barricade. Have a good night. Oh yeah, and it's a homework assignment, so do your homework.